there.
Well, hello.
Well, hello there.
Let me stop playing around.
Nah, today was a crazy day.
That it was.
I mean, this
Um,
whole week, this whole week, this whole week.
yeah.
If you've been tapped into women's basketball from Unrivaled to college, lots been going on. Conference tournaments. We in March Madness.
I'm not gonna lie. This season went real fast.
It did.
We blinked and it fast forwarded to March. Jesus, it went quick.
Nah, facts.
Yeah.
Definitely went fast. Welcome everybody. It's March. It's March. Welcome to the 21 Titles Weekly Recap. Episode 90.
Episode 90.
That's an accomplishment in itself, okay?
It is. We've covered
That's
quite a bit. Um, in these last How many years now? 3?
it'll be 3 years this August.
Yeah.
In August
So
it'll be 3 years. So
we've covered quite a bit.
yeah, but welcome to our weekly recap. We are 21 Titles. I go by the name of Wellness Brit, and this is my trustworthy and lovely co-host.
Chantee, hey y'all.
And together we made up this beautiful brand called 21 Titles. We're essentially just professionals that care. If you want to say, we are professionals that care about what the next generation looks like. And we've kind of dedicated ourselves to their professional and personal development. That's what we do behind the scenes. Uh, we have our hands in many pots, but this is what we love to do. We love to come on here every Sunday and talk about the things that we feel like matter. And those things are essentially what we talking about. NIL, right? Chantee is, if you did not know, if you're new here, she is an IP attorney. IP stands for intellectual property, so that is her wheelhouse. Obviously, NIL has passed since 2021. Student athletes have the ability to monetize their name, image, and likeness. So we felt that it was important for us to start conversations around this topic because I don't think a lot of us are hip to what is really going on, like the intricacies of what is going on to NIL. So, but also, obviously, because we're former athletes, we love to talk sports and in general, and especially women's sports. So, we're going to be talking about women's college basketball today. Today was Championship Sunday. And I wanted to just nod in that I got my championship hat on from the Big East tournament in 2007, right? We just got to flex a little bit because you part of a little history. This was a part of, we talk about the Big East and we go back and say how stacked the Big East was at that time. I've been fortunate to play against a lot of the people that y'all talk about or like to talk about. So from the Maya Moores to the Skylar Diggins to the Angel McCautreys, I've gotten a chance to play against them because I played in the Big East during my collegiate career. And fortunately for me, I had the opportunity to play for a Big East championship in 2007 and win. Um, so I felt that it was only right to wear the hat today, right? So, yeah. Welcome to episode 90. You got any other like intro things we got to talk about?
No. You said any what?
Any things to air out before we begin?
No, I think that we got a lot. It's a lot. We got a lot to talk about. No,
Yes.
but this is the best part of the year. This is the most exciting part of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you played, like you mentioned. It's a very exciting time. Can play a very intricate and pivotal piece in just Selection Sunday, which is coming up next Sunday. Okay. Um,
Yes.
part of it is right here. I can't believe it, but but we're here. So no, I mean we can get right into it. It's been a very busy week, like Brittany mentioned. I think it's just important we start with just the conference honors before we get into the games of today.
Right.
So ACC Player of the Year, Hannah Hidalgo. Um, and then ACC Defensive Player of the Year, Hannah Hidalgo. I don't have no issue with that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't have no issue with that. Um, I think the numbers speak for themselves. I think that her performance speaks for itself, and I think she earned them. I think she earned that.
Yeah.
um,
I mean, they've been kind of piss poor in these last couple of games that they've played.
who have we been watching?
Huh?
Who have we been watching?
Yeah, I don't know. They doing a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde here. I don't know. Like
It's
they
alarming.
yeah, it is. So, but since before then, they've been looking really stellar. Her and Olivia have been doing what they need to do. So I don't.
Wait, what was that? The person that comments, wasn't he saying Notre Dame wasn't gonna
Yeah.
SC bread?
Yeah. Where he at? Where you at?
Yeah,
Where you at? South Carolina bread.
yeah. No, he was on to something. So I would love for him to tap back in, but yeah, I don't know about Spindock said Notre Dame versus Notre Dame.
That's a good one.
Because like,
Fact.
who are we? How we? I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we've spoken about this before. Just poor decision making down the line and shot selection. Still,
Yeah.
so anyway, shouts to Hannah Hidalgo for getting player of the year and then defensive player of the year. Then Toby Fournier today, yo, Duke. We're gonna get into it, but Duke. But Toby got ACC Rookie of the Year. Danny Carnegie of Georgia Tech, she got ACC Sixth Player of the Year. NC State Zoe Brooks, she got ACC Most Improved Player of the Year. And then Westmore, which is NC State's head coach, got Coach of the Year.
Mm-hmm. Some people were saying that Niele Ivy got snubbed
I'm not mad at that. Them
for
saying
Coach
that.
of the Year. How you feel about it?
I'm not mad at that. I didn't know Westmore was in. I that caught me off guard.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I was not considering Westmore. That's part of the conversation. But
Yeah.
okay, I can see why people would say that about Neo. She's had a great season,
Right.
best backcourt in the country.
Yeah.
But for the last 5 games,
yeah, been looking out of character. So I'm just hoping that they can get it together. They have to get it together because this is one and done. It's one and done. You oops.
I'm here for the chaos because this year has been every team has been an agent of chaos.
Yeah, for
There is
sure.
no clear winner this year.
Nah.
And I personally like it that way.
Yeah, I mean, just look at what we've seen, like from Pitt doing the 32-point comeback against SMU earlier this year to us seeing how Duke just beat NC State. Duke was a completely different team in the second half. Like, what? Like, I'm
We
gonna
gonna
be
get into it, but
go yes. But like,
yeah,
there's been a lot of shaking up in college basketball this season. So, I mean, this I just can't wait to next Sunday when they reveal who is going where and what number seed you are, because Lord knows the NCAA selection committee, y'all done us dirty plenty of times. There have been plenty of times when we were the higher seed and had to go and play at the lower seed, play at their house, and we the higher seed. What? Selection committee, y'all better. It's always chaos every year with the selection committee, so I'm just excited to see what's gonna transpire next Sunday.
we'll see. We shall see.
Yeah.
But moving on, the Big 12. Shouts to Haley Van Lith. Listen, she's been balling. We all know how her performance was last year at LSU. She wasn't looking like herself. We were looking forward to seeing more so like the Haley Van Lith from Louisville, like everybody said. Brittany and I have been on record saying that, her playing 3-on-3 for the US has helped her tremendously.
Facts.
And that has carried her through into this year. And she's been looking a lot more confident, looking like herself. That's it. Just looking like herself. And because of that, she got Big 12 Player of the Year.
Yeah. I think it was well deserved. Like at the beginning of the year, I said that I feel like she's gonna have a great year this year because of what she did in the Olympics with the 3-on-3 team. Like I feel like she regained her confidence, because a lot of people that don't play basketball or play sports understand how pivotal the confidence factor is when we talk about playing the game. You could be the most skilled player ever, but if you don't have the confidence in your skill set and in your abilities, then it's not going to work at all. So for her to regain that confidence, bro, y'all seen what that can do. Big 12 Player of the Year, and she just got just won the chip. So
she just won a chip. They beat Baylor not too long ago. That's why we was a little late getting on live today.
Yep.
But
watching the rest of that game.
Yeah, no. Shouts to Haley Van Lith. This is a major deal. And then being a newcomer to the Big 12 and showing up and showing out how she has is impressive. Also want to give a shout to TCU's head coach Mark Campbell. He was the Big 12 Coach of the Year. I think this is his first one.
Okay.
This is his first one. Delaney Gibb from BYU, she was Freshman of the Year. West Virginia's JJ Quinnery is Defensive Player of the Year. Yaya Felder of Baylor is the Sixth Player of the Year. And then Utah's Gianna Needkins is the Big 12 Women's Basketball Scholar Athlete of the Year. So shouts to all those women and to Mark Campbell. But we're going to move on to the Big 10. Of course, Player of the Year was Juju Watkins. I'm not mad at that at all. It's Juju.
Come on. Juju.
It's Juju.
Come on, Judea. Come on, Judea.
She been killing. So She earned that. Ohio State guard Jelani Cambridge. She was named Big Ten Freshman of the Year. Olivia Olson of Michigan won the Big Ten Co-Freshman of the Year.
Wow, they got
Yeah, I've
co-freshmen.
been seeing that.
Wow.
I don't know how. Yeah. Okay.
Wow. But I mean, it's rightfully so. My dad told me that Olivia Olson was nice. He was like, yeah, she like that. I'm like, okay, but I've watched Jelani Cambridge. I like her. She's very good.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Then
Very
we
good.
got Lauren Betts. She was the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. We're going to talk about how she showed up defensively today in the second half for UCLA. Then Lindsay Gottlieb of USC. She got Big Ten Coach of the Year.
Uh-oh.
I want to hear, yeah.
Uh-oh.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, I guess they can give it to her, but we all know Juju the coach.
When I read that, I mean, let's be for real. They don't run plays for real.
Yeah,
So,
this is no shot at her because obviously
no.
she is a coach, but
Yes.
it's like when we watch the game, it's like, what are the sets? I don't even see y'all putting like hand signals up to indicate that y'all running a play. Like, it's just move out the way and let Juju create a shot, and we all gonna try to box out. Like, it's strange because they have all the pieces that they need to run clean sets, like pin downs, screens, flares, pick and rolls. Like, what are we doing? Y'all could, they could run the triangle offense. There's 1,000 options off of that. 1,000. Or spread. Get some continuity, y'all. Like, it be looking like AAU out there sometimes. Like, this is AAU. We just, come on. All right, man. I'm done.
Shouts to Lindsay, though. Shouts to Lindsay. And Janiyah Barker, she got Big Ten Sixth Player of the Year. So shouts to all those players and women that I just listed for the Big Ten honors. We got the Big East Player of the Year, Paige, your girl, Paige Beckers.
Y'all see it. Y'all see it. Y'all see the clip that's going viral right now.
Yo, she been in New York too long. Yeah. The clip, if y'all didn't see it, is Paige is going to the bucket, and they pan the camera on her mouth, and she like, "F you talking about?
Like,
F you talking about?" I'm like, "Oh no, she been in New York for way too long."
Talking about?
Yeah, she been.
That girl is from Minnesota.
Not no more. I was like, okay, Paige, but shouts to Paige. We got Sarah Strong. That's my girl. I'm not gonna lie. Sarah Strong got Big East Freshman of the Year.
She better have.
Yeah, she was killing this year. Very proud of that young lady. Ashlyn Shade on UConn also was named the Sixth Women of the Year. And then Gino was Big East Co-Coach of the Year. Then we got
Who else?
I gotta see, but he was the Co-Coach of the Year.
They ain't doing these cold things now.
Yeah, I've been seeing it. Yeah.
What is that?
Co-Coach. Let me see who was the other coach. Let's see.
Co-Coach.
Yeah, Marquette head coach. Shared in the recognition.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Shout out Khadijah.
Is this the first time they're doing co? Because I haven't seen this.
I haven't seen this and I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this because I feel like last year we didn't mention anything, but okay. St. John senior guard Lachey Dwyer. She's defensive player of the year. I haven't seen St. John's play this year, unfortunately.
Me either.
Yeah, we got Jory Allen of DePaul. She got most improved player. And then Molly Moggenson of Creighton and Kelsey Ransom of Georgetown. They got a sportsmanship award. So
Mm,
shouts to those women, and then Gino for winning those awards.
yeah. I also wanted to shout out Xavier University. Yesterday they lost a tough one. They lost a tough one yesterday. Um, but they lost a tough one to Seton Hall. But just want to shout out um Minerva on the team. She's a freshman. She got she made the all freshman team, all Biggie's freshman team also. So that's a big win for them. A big win for Xavier. So shout out to Maya McCurdy. Y'all did what y'all needed to do the other day and upsetting DePaul. Like shout out to coaches who still get their players fired up and still get them to play because this year, it was an improvement from the previous year, but obviously it's still not where they want to be, right? But I feel like they can be like the TCU story, right? Like they were 2 years ago, TCU was at the bottom,
They was at the bottom of the barrel, lost all their players.
right?
So
Like
it
they
just take
put
a
out,
few key players. It
right,
take a
right,
few key
right,
players.
to change some things. So like I feel like Xavier can do that in the Big East if they
Mm-hmm.
really put the pieces that they need to put together. But I think they showed this year what they could do. So shout out to Canerva on Xavier. And I just want to give a shout out to Azanique Mayo. Um, because I feel like that young lady is really a hooper. Like the other day, the game before that, when they upset DePaul, she hit 6 threes. And she could shoot. She could shoot. I've seen it in real life because I had the opportunity to go visit Xavier in the off season and watch them work out. And they got to put some pieces together. They're very young, and sometimes with youth and inexperience, you lack kind of someone who's like a floor general, if you want to say. So I think Azanique Mayo can be that for Xavier moving forward, and being something, uh, making some noise in the Big East next year, for real, for real. So shout out to Xavier University. Shout out to Maya McCurdy. Shout out to Coach Billy Chambers. I just wanted to give y'all shout out because y'all definitely, it was definitely warranted, if you want to say. I just wanted to show some appreciation to y'all. And that's crazy because Maya's actually calling me right now, but I can't pick up.
Tell her you gave her her flowers,
Right,
and
right, right.
Xavier their flowers.
Ain't that cray cray? Fire, I'm gonna call you back after the show. But yeah, Xavier University, the X. Okay. Um,
Yeah, I think Spendoc had a good point in wanting to see the viewership numbers now that Caitlin Clark moved on.
okay, yep, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, me too.
hmm I
I'm
would like that
curious.
very much so.
Yes, but moving on, we got SEC Player of the Year, Madison Booker. A lot of people were expressed some feeling about that. Um, because Anissa Morrow and her numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad at that either. Anissa Morrow has been extremely consistent throughout this year. She's a dog. And I think an argument could be made that she deserved to get player of the year.
Yeah, I mean they said some stat about her and Courtney Paris being the only two people to ever like have over 100 double doubles or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Do y'all realize she's undersized?
I know that. I don't know how. Yeah, that's the question. I don't know how she didn't win. Um I was surprised about that.
Yeah, because
That's
we
no
gonna
shout. That's
because
no shot at Madison Booker.
it ain't no shot at Madison Booker, but we gonna talk about Madison Booker today again.
Last game she had such a good game.
Sure
I was
did.
like, okay,
She back, right?
it.
Right? She back.
Yeah, she started off 0 for 5, and I was like, all right.
Yo, and this is coming from someone who wore the number 35. Like this is come on, it's 3-5 to 3-5. 3-5 to 3-5. This ain't no disrespect. But this year versus ranked teams, Madison Booker. How you say crickets in Spanish? Okay, that's
You crazy.
like,
But
but I'm serious. Like, we gotta keep it a buck. Like, y'all gotta keep it a buck. Obviously, we know the mainstream media not gonna keep it a buck because they haven't. This year, when it came to the criticism, just like when Notre Dame lost to NC State, nobody was up in arms. It wasn't on being broadcasted.
I mean, it's the same thing when they lost to Florida State.
Hey,
Yeah. You
they
know how the media
pick
do.
and choose,
Yeah.
right?
You know how the media do. Like,
It's
come on.
selective. So, all right.
But yeah, congratulations to Madison Booker. Michaela Blakes from Vanderbilt. I'm not surprised. Freshman of the year. Had an amazing first year. Yeah. Drink some water. Drink some water. She killed this season.
Dying of thirst.
Oh, thank you, DA. He answered your question.
Crickets in Spanish is grillos.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, grillos.
Right. But yeah, I'm not surprised about Michaela Blakes at all. She put a lot of people on notice. She's a hooper. Have ridiculous numbers.
Yeah, I mean 250 balls. That should put that should.
That's crazy. I want people to understand
right
that's crazy as a freshman. It's crazy in general.
Right.
But even crazier as a freshman.
Yeah, I've never had a 50 ball before. That is insane. A 50 ball? A 50 ball? Twice.
Yeah.
Twice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
So shouts to Michaela. I think that's right.
And shout out again. Y'all see who I got on my chest. They failed to do the job. They failed.
I mean, you want to talk about it? Because I don't know where your girl's going next year.
Yo, man.
Look, if she excuse me, I'm speaking prematurely because she did not announce
that
she entered the. And we talking about Keomi McMillan.
Yeah.
She did not play in the last few games. She did not travel with the team. I think that's an indicator that she's probably going to be entering into the transfer portal. But we'll see. I think the transfer portal opens April or May. One of the two. We'll get back to you about that. But go ahead, talk about it. I mean, you was about to talk about Rutgers.
I'm going to say this. Michaela Blakes went to Rutgers Prep. Okay, that's basically on Rutgers campus. And we failed to get this young lady to stay home. But why she want to stay home here? You see what's going on? Drama. You got drama. What is going on? Yeah, Kiyomi, we all the rumblings on the street is that she entering the transfer portal. Okay? That's the rumblings. The rumblings. Who knows? Who knows the answer? We'll see it when it happens.
We'll see it in the next several weeks.
Right.
If it happens or not. Like I said, the portal opens soon.
Rutgers, we really rebuilding right now. Yeah, I do hope she stay, but I don't know. I wanted Kayleen Schmeichel to stay too.
She had another great year with Maryland. She had a great year.
Don't you know?
That's the Kayleen. Was player of the week a few times. In the Big Ten. Big Ten player of the week quite a few times.
That's a real smack in the face when you transfer in conference and I'm gonna kill you every time I see you.
I got a chip on my shoulder. I'm gonna kill you.
Oh my God.
You see DA's coming. Yeah. That's correct. No, he is correct. Didn't we see something about I feel like somebody just talked about this on IG. I just can't remember right now, but yeah, that's a constant conversation now about these players.
Yeah, you can't
run adversity away. And
I cannot run away. You got to run through. This is a fact of life. Like it's not even. That's crazy, DA. That's crazy.
Yo, let me tell you something. Joe, I was gonna pay the $20. I kept telling Brittany all week, I'm gonna pay the $20 to see Joe and them play. Cause they were, you know what's crazy? They was talking big shit.
Nah.
Before the game.
They can't be talking big stuff with guts like that. That's crazy. Especially Joe. Joe, your gut look crazy, Joe.
I can't even drink my water.
Ish. What is you doing? What is you? I will challenge us to a shooting contest right now. I am not in shape, but I know I will beat y'all. That's a
Those are the people you probably don't want to play against because they're hurt. They're gonna hurt you. They're gonna foul.
It's only a shooting competition. That's it. I'm a shooting competition because that's it. Because I ain't trying to get hurt. Too many people tearing their ACLs right now, and I don't want it to be me.
Prayers to all of them too. It's no joke. Prayers to Kyrie Irving.
Facts.
Yeah. But who else? I didn't finish with SEC. Georgia Amore of Kentucky. She got newcomer of the year.
Yeah.
She looked good this year too. Yeah, girl, Clara Strack. Listen, she's been having quite a run since leaving Virginia Tech and following her coaches to Kentucky.
Yo.
She's been having quite a run. From going on the bench or sitting on the bench, nobody knowing who she was.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It takes one time. This is what we're seeing.
Yes. Clara Strack. I like to call her Baby Kitley.
Yeah.
She trying to transform, but for me, she shoot better than Kitley. If you seen that, I forget what game I was watching when she turned it up. Like, I was like, hold on. Kitley?
Yeah, she got some footwork with her. Mm-hmm.
She was doing her thing, like taking it off the dribble. I mean, from the wing, putting the ball on the floor, shooting threes, getting to the rack too. What is Kenny Brooks doing over there, yo? And he got the other 6'7" girl, Silva. Yo, Kentucky, he likes to get big guards. Like the only person that was short was Amora. Was it more Georgia?
I
She the
seen.
only one that's about 5'7". Everybody I feel is 6 feet and up on that team.
Yeah, but they didn't show up and got kicked out the first round. So, Da, I'm taking Diamond.
Mm, that's a good question.
If I had to choose, but Georgia,
Yeah, I'm gonna say Diamond because first and foremost, I seen Diamond in person. Like y'all know that she went to Rutgers at one point and transferred from Rutgers. Um, and then also too, they just won the MEAC title outright. Um, 14-0. That's that's impressive in the MEAC. I know people be like, conferences. She went down a conference or whatever, not because she was at NC State prior to being at Norfolk State. But basketball is basketball, y'all. Like this is the eye test when we talk about like can put the ball in the hoop, can put the ball on the floor, can create her own shot, can get to the rim, can create for other players. You know, I got criticisms about other things with her, but as a floor general, it's undeniable.
yeah, I would choose Diamond.
Yeah, I'll say that.
Um, Still on SEC honors. Malaysia Fuwali, she was named 6th Woman of the Year. I love how every time she gets out on the floor now, it's a round of applause. Everybody's cheering. That's dope to see. Shouts to Malaysia. Grace Slaughter of Missouri, she got named Scholar Athlete of the Year, and then Texas head coach got Coach of the Year.
Mm, Vic Schaefer.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So shouts to everybody that we named. It's an honor, obviously. Um, so shouts to y'all.
Yeah, I mean, to be recognized in your conference is always an honor. Like, it's a special thing because you could brag about it for the rest of your life. I was the Big East Freshman of the Year. Like, I was the SEC Fresh Player of the Year. Like, that's a big deal when you can say that. Like, I was on the Big East freshman team my freshman year. Like, literally was surprised. I was shocked. I remember too when my name got called, and I looked at my coaches. I said, "Word." And coach, I remember because I looked at Coach Mitchell. Shout out to Coach Carly Mitchell. She was probably like a very not probably, she was definitely one of the more influential coaches my freshman year, like going into my freshman year for sure. It helped me with stuff, especially my footwork, because I was traveling all over the place when I first got to school. And the drills we was doing, like they don't talk about the adjustment curve too when you go from high school to college. Right, drills. I was traveling everywhere, traveling. Okay, but shout out to the ladies for the honors for getting these accolades, because it's not. I mean, that means you the best in your conference. That's a flex.
Right. I
So
saw DA's comment too about Dawn. Yeah. About Dawn not getting I guess Coach of the Year. Oh, I think Brittany's frozen. Possibly. Um, but we're gonna move on to conference tournament play. We had the champion. This was championship Sunday. So the ACC championship was between Duke and NC State. Yo, Canada net. I'm sure she'll be back in a second, but um Duke beat NC State 76-62. I'm not gonna lie, I did not have that on my bingo card. I thought that NC State was gonna come up with the win today. They've been playing extremely well. But Duke showed up today. This was a different version of Duke. I personally haven't seen this year thus far. This is Coach Lawson's first ACC title, and I think it's also been 10 years since Duke has actually won an ACC championship. So this was a really big deal. Um, Starting at the beginning of the game, Isaiah James was on fire early for NC State. Um, and shots that Duke probably would have made usually just were not falling for them in the first half. Um, then come the second half, come third quarter, Duke came out with something to prove. They're like, okay, let me stop playing around. And they put the Jets on, and once they put those Jets on, they did not look back. Jackson for Duke came alive in the second quarter, and Oluchi. Oluchi. Um, Again, they carried for Duke. They came out with momentum with a 4-0 run, and then took the lead in the third, like I said. And the pace that they had coming out of the half set the tone for the rest of the game. NC State just could not keep up. Shots were not falling for them. Duke's defense picked up. It got more intense as second half continued to move on. Um, and NC State just could not grab the lead. They couldn't grab the lead after the third. Um, so Duke just wanted it more. And again, this is a version of Duke I have yet to see. Um, every year Duke makes it to the conference, at least to the Sweet 16 for the last 2 years to the Sweet 16. And I always wonder why that is. I mean, outside of their defense, I don't think they have like crazy offensive depth. Um, but today they show something different. They show something different. Um, I was shocked at how this game ended. All right, moving on. SEC championship. Texas versus South Carolina. South Carolina won 64-45. Um, I had Texas losing today. And Texas turnovers is what killed them. I know earlier, well, a couple of minutes ago, we talked about Madison Booker, and just her efficiency today. It just wasn't there. She shot 4 for 13 today. She ended with 10 points, shot 4 for 13, had 10 rebounds. Rory Harmon had 14 points. She shot 6 for 15 from the field. And Taylor Jones, she had a decent game today. She had 14 points, shot 4 for 18 from the field, had 8 rebounds. But on South Carolina side, Chloe Kitts, she's been having a great few couple of games in conference play. She had 15 points today, shot 7 for 12 from the field, and ended with 9 rebounds. Then we had Sanaya Fagan. She hit a 3 today. I think this was the second 3 that she made or hit for the season. She had 11 points today, 6 rebounds, shot 5 for 7 from the field. Joyce Edwards had a great game today. Had 11 points, shot 4 for 8 from the field. And then Tessa Johnson, she was talking shit today on the court too. She had 14 points today, shot 5 for 7 from the field, and shot 2 for 3 from the 3. I didn't have this going any other way. South Carolina, they've been playing well for the last few games in the season. They're starting to really gel, and I think this is gonna be great for them as we enter into conference play. Okay, moving on. UCLA versus USC. Third time's a charm. Before the game, Brittany and I discussed who would come up and out as the winner. I was rolling with UCLA because it's just hard to beat somebody three times. That's just the fact of the matter. It's hard to beat somebody three times. They just played one another less than 2 weeks ago. I was hoping that UCLA made the necessary adjustments to get it done, and they did. UCLA pulled out the win 72-67. This is actually the first time in UCLA history where they had a 30-win season. I think they're now 30-3 or 30-2. So shouts to UCLA. Lauren Betts, she was not as active as I would have liked her to be in the first half. And I remember last season, Coach Close, during an interview, was just talking about how one of their rules, their team rules, is to make sure that Lauren gets a touch every time down the floor. I feel like UCLA has not been sticking to that rule this season, let alone when they play USC. And during the first half of this game, they were struggling to get Lauren the ball in the post. And so she wasn't that active in the first half. She struggled a little bit in the first half, but the second half she showed up big, both offensively and then also defensively. She actually ended up with 17 points, shot 7 for 10 from the field, and ended up with 5 rebounds, but more importantly, 4 blocks. London Jones had 13 points, shot 3 for 6 from the field, and shot 3 for 4 from the three. And who else came up big? Kiki Rice, she had a good game as well. She had 13 points and 8 assists. On the USC side, Juju Watkins is going to Juju Watkins. She showed up big in the first half, but they contained her come second half. More specifically, come the fourth quarter. I think that UCLA picked it up on defense. USC was struggling to take care of the ball down the line. And they just went cold on offense. Juju, they started really collapsing their defense on Juju, so she wasn't getting the open shots and clean looks she was getting in the first half. And then some people was in foul trouble. Kiki was in foul trouble, and yeah, UCLA capitalized off of that and came out with the win. So shouts to UCLA. This was a gutsy win because USC was up, so this was a really big win. And then lastly, I did not watch the TCU versus Baylor game. But I see that TCU beat Baylor 64-59. I was looking forward to seeing Vonleh play again. I just didn't catch the game. Vonleh did have a good game. She ended up with 20 points. She shot 8 for 18 from the field, and ended with 6 rebounds. Yaya Felder, she had 12 points today. Shot 4 for 7 from the field, but had 6 turnovers. On TCU side, Sedona Prince, she ended up with 12 points, 14 rebounds. Haley Van Lith had a great game. She ended up with 20 points, shot 5 from 9 from the field. She had a great game today. She had 5 turnovers. So shouts to TCU. It came down to the wire, it seems like, which is why we was a little bit late because Brittany was catching that game. But again, congratulations to TCU. All right. And just to remind everybody, Selection Sunday is happening next Sunday. And we'll be tuned in for that. And hopefully we'll be live to discuss where everybody lands. Next, we're going to talk about Angel Reese and everybody coming for her about what she said on her podcast. I want to see if I could pull this up and share it. If you did not see it. Here we go. Hopefully, I can hear
this
it.
year.
Yeah.
The CBA is coming up, and I can't wait.
Girl, y'all benefited from everything. Y'all youngins benefited from NIL.
What does that mean? We deserve more. Everybody.
I agree.
Everybody.
I agree with that.
But we got to get paid the consequences.
But y'all gotta deal with something.
But the women coming in, not this year, but next year.
Yeah.
The ones coming this year will still be on the rookie contract again.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that the year after, they're gonna get more. They probably gonna be making more than us.
They are.
I'm
They
hurt.
are. Like, yeah. I've been in the meetings. They are.
I need to get in the.
You need to come to the
I
meetings.
gotta get in the meetings because I'm hearing like, yeah, they don't give us. If y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sitting out.
That's a possibility for real.
Yeah.
So I want to know why y'all was coming at Angel Reese for saying that. I don't understand what's the problem. This isn't the first time in which we've heard that there would be a possibility of a lockout. I didn't hear a lie either. Again, this isn't the first time we've heard this. CBA negotiations are happening. If these women don't get what they want, there's always been a possibility of them, opting into a lockout. So she didn't say anything that hasn't been said before. And I don't get why everybody's mad. I seen her tweet today saying, I said what I said, and I would say it again, and I'm with her. Again, we've seen, the NBA do it. This is a possibility in professional sports. So I'm really confused as to why people were upset and dragging her name. Every time she says something, y'all have something, y'all take it and y'all drag it somewhere it doesn't need to be dragged. But I love the fact that they were having that conversation on her podcast. But again, that has been conversation now for the last few months, let alone almost a year, about the CBA and just the results of it. So we'll have to see how things pan out within the next few months. But get off Angel Reese's back. She didn't say anything wrong. Get off her back. I don't understand that. Moving on, we got wind that Nafisa and Arike actually will be gifting Unrivaled trainers with $10,000 apiece due to their partnership with Icy Hot. Now, if you don't remember, we previously covered or reported that Nafisa was actually going to be giving $100,000 of her prize money that she won from the one-on-one tournament in Unrivaled. She actually won $200,000. So $100,000 of that she gave to her assistant coaches and her training staff. However, now, and on Women's International Women's Day, which was this week on Friday, I believe. Like I said, Arike and Nafisa decided to surprise their training staff in the Icy Hot training room with $10,000 bonuses. And Nafisa honored her trainer, Terry Acosta, and Arike honored her head trainer, Lindsay Elizondo, which have both been key members of the league staff. And then what was really dope is that both Arike and Nafisa wore like Icy Hot patches with their trainers' names on it when they entered into the tunnel for their games yesterday. But again, I love what Unrivaled is doing and just not just saying that they appreciate people, but showing them in multiple ways, one being monetarily, because that gets people to want to still participate in the growth process of the league. And Brittany and I have talked about this on several different occasions. Like, Unrivaled is thinking about branching out into different states, not just Florida. So again, they're just building and fostering those relationships with the people that started with them. So I love that they're doing this. And shouts to Nafisa and then shouts to Arike for doing this. Moving on, still in the business of sports, but more so on the men's college hoop side. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Zeke Mayo, who is a guard on Kansas. But he was subjected to some threatening DMs on Twitter last week, which was disgusting to see. There were threatening DMs, and then also racist messages, because they lost. Kansas lost last week against Texas Tech, last Saturday actually. And even though Zeke Mayo was being subjected to such nasty comments, he still went on Twitter last Saturday and said that he deserved 100% of all the criticism in the world because his performance was bad that day. But since then, he's deactivated his Twitter because, like I said, he was getting such nasty and hateful messages. And I just want to remind everybody that as a previous student athlete, like, it's just basketball. These are people, though, with real lives. And that's disgusting. We had a photo of just the tweets that he was receiving, but I don't even want to shed any light on what those people were saying to him. I mean, but for what I'm saying right now. But these are, first of all, these are young student athletes. These are young individuals who are playing sports. It's just basketball. And it's disgusting. And Kansas University, or the University of Kansas, actually released a statement basically saying that they don't support that type of behavior and those type of comments. But the racial slurs, the language of violence, and they were telling him to end his life. It's disgusting. It's disgusting, and y'all are taking it too far. And that's me keeping it cute on that. Like, stop. It's basketball. It's basketball. I'm praying for his mental health as he continues on in this season. I hope that this doesn't hinder him from wanting to continue to hoop and play basketball. And it also shows just how much the college or collegiate space has changed. And so that, like, these student athletes they have so much that they're bearing, between performing well, getting NIL deals, still having to go to class, showing up to contractual obligations because of NIL, and then this type of stuff. They're carrying a lot more than I know that I did as a student athlete, and more than what Brittany has as a student athlete. And it's just disgusting to see that this is happening. So again, thoughts and prayers to Zeke Mayo. I hope that he's okay and that his mental health is okay. And that's all I got for that. Let me see. Yeah, Spendoc said between social media and sports betting, there's a lot of these players. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. It's a lot to juggle. It's a whole lot to juggle right now, and I can only imagine what he may be going through. Again, he deactivated his Twitter. So again, thoughts and prayers to Zeke Mayo. Hope that he's okay. And yeah. Moving on. Serena Williams, she joins the ownership group of Canada's first WNBA team. Brittany and I were like, is there a connection between, because with the whole Drake, Kendrick Lamar beef, people was coming at her for crip walking during the Super Bowl, and now she's part of the ownership of Toronto's team, the Toronto Tempo. This is a really big move for her. If you're not familiar with just all the business stuff that Serena is into, she actually has a VC firm. First of all, like, that could also be a double entendre, DA, because Britney's connection is terrible right now. But yeah, no, this is, if you don't know, Serena Williams actually has a venture capital firm, and she puts money towards businesses. Like she's an investor. So this is dope to see. So yeah, she's joining the ownership group. That's supposed to be kicking off in 2026 in Toronto, and Williams' role is going to be focused more so on bringing the tempo to life visually. So that's going to include helping with the team's jersey designs and merchandise collaborations. There hasn't been much talk about her actually participating um, in other sectors of the front office, um, but nonetheless, this is a really big deal. Um, Again, she earned $95 million throughout her professional career, but right now she's worth about $340 million, according to Forbes. Um, and she built that through endorsement deals and investments. So, yeah, DSA, I think this Temple team's going to be fine. I'm excited about it more. Yeah, I love it too. I love their jerseys. I love the color. I love everything about it. I actually want to get to Toronto. I've personally never been, and I was like, I would love to go to a game. But yeah, no, it's a very exciting time for women's basketball and just expansion. So this is great to see. Not surprising. Serena's just adding to her portfolio at this point. But yeah, shouts to Serena. Yeah, she will be a billionaire soon. Her portfolio is crazy. Again, if you're not familiar, Serena Williams does have a VC firm. I think the name of it is Serena Ventures. And if you Google that, you'll see all of the businesses that she's invested in, the different rounds she's invested in them in. So yeah, her portfolio is continuously growing. So shouts to Serena. Moving on, Unrivaled. Now we're seeing that Unrivaled has announced a licensing deal with the WNBA Players Union, and the licensing arm that handles the group that deals with most majority of major pro sports leagues. So what this means is what this means now, excuse me, is that Unrivaled can now sell merch with these players' names, image, and likeness on it. They couldn't do this before. They had to get permission from the WNBPA, and then the WNBPA had to then get a licensing group, which they have now, called One Team, to negotiate group licensing deals for these players. So the deal sells the new league players licensing rights that previously were solely held by the WNBPA. The new rights gives the league, like I said, the lucrative option of marketing the name, image, and likeness of its players. So what happens is when the players actually sign their WNBA contract, they sign also with the union to exclusively monetize their group licensing. Until this deal, the league was not able to manufacture Angel Reese Rose jerseys or Brianna Stewart Miss jerseys, but online and in person, Rivals Apparel Store doesn't feature any jerseys from their league partner, Under Armour. So the only player-specific item that they had before this deal was a T-shirt celebrating Nafisa's win in the one-on-one tournament, because that's something that came directly from the league. But now that Unrivaled has this new deal, the new league can start selling players' products. Jerseys with their names on the back is one example. Another one is the league's new partnership with The Realist, which is a sports collectibles authenticator that will help Unrivaled sell game-used memorabilia, which the league also announced Friday. Yeah, they are doing amazing work. This is really a big deal, and I don't think people understand it. This is the first of its kind. What I thought was really dope in the article that I read about this is Terry Jackson, who was a part of the WNBA PA, mentioned that when she was first hired by the union, that Tamika Catchings and Swing Cash was like, okay, I need you to do more with the group licensing rights. Like, I need you to find deals so that we can bring in some money using our name, image, and likeness. And Terry Jackson was like, I feel like I'm still working on that, but this is a great step in the right direction. And most of the players just didn't want their name, image, and likeness to just be limited to just the WNBA associated products. So I think this is a great first step in just another direction outside of the WNBA, to really monetize these women's name, image, and likeness again outside of the WNBA. So again, this is a really big deal. At this point, I'm pretty sure that Unrivaled, I think they announced it this week too, that they have the jerseys. I think I saw a picture of their jerseys being up in the arena for purchase now. So that's really dope to see. And yeah, this partnership ensures that all WNBA players benefit from the league's growth, as Unrivaled will compensate the WNBPA, recognizing the collective value of the WNBA players in the business of women's basketball. So again, this is the first of its kind. Unrivaled just continues to roll out new things that we haven't seen before. And I love that they're taking charge and being the leader in this space of just doing things new and doing things the right way. And it just seems like they're asking all the right questions. They're speaking to all the right people. And I'm hoping that, that trickles into the WNBA. We'll see, but I really am happy to see that Unrivaled is really just taking the necessary steps and showing us how it needed to be done a while ago. So shouts to Unrivaled. We are going to move on. Yo, DA, so you know that the All-Star game for the WNBA is going to be taking place in Indianapolis this year. But Kevin Hart and his entertainment group Heartbeat is actually going to be partnering with the Indiana Pacers and the Indiana Fever to bring forth a sports and music event, or just different events. They're going to be called the Cultural Curator, Heartbeat Entertainment. Again, Heartbeat Entertainment is Kevin Hart's entertainment business or production company. And he's going to be the comedian actor that will be front and center at the WNBA All-Star 2025 this July. And they're going to be producing a music and comedy festival as part of the festivities. The Pacers and Fever experiences will include stand-up comedy, musical acts, halftime shows, festivals, and merchandise collaborations at Gamebridge Fieldhouse and throughout the Indianapolis area. Yes. This is a really big deal. I don't think, and y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think that we've ever seen a comedian or a celebrity of this magnitude host a festival at a WNBA All-Star weekend. We've never seen this. I don't think. And again, somebody like Kevin Hart's for that person to have Kevin Hart's caliber, such as Kevin Hart, this is a really huge deal. He's also going to be collaborating with Mike Epps, because Mike Epps is from Indiana. And I feel like several months ago we got wind that Mike Epps purchased like a whole block in Indiana. He's big into real estate and bought a whole block of houses that he plans on rebuilding and making available to people in that neighborhood. But I'm very excited. Yeah, I hope Kevin Hart doesn't overdo it either. But if done the right way, I think that it would be super dope. Again, I've never been to Indiana, so I think this is going to be a great opportunity to get more of the community involved, especially because of those two people and Mike Epps. Like I just said, him being from Indiana, I think that it's going to bring more community um, to the WNBA All Star Games and just the events. I think that it's going to be fire, and I think it's going to be dope. I'm really excited. I hope I can make it. Yeah. Mike Epps brought See, so I think this is going to be great. I think that the turnout is going to be amazing. And I think it's going to be fire. I'm excited. Um, I miss you, Spin Doc. We are literally watching a huge business build. Yep. Yeah. Back to Unrivaled. Yeah, they're doing some things. So I'm excited though about All Star Weekend. So we'll see how that goes. Shouts to Kevin Hart. I hope he doesn't overdo it either, but I am remaining positive and I think it's going to go great. And I think community is really going to show out. Moving on, the McDonald's All-American game is coming up very soon. I believe it's the first weekend in April, and it's going to be at the Barclays Center in New York City, in Brooklyn, New York. I'm trying to pop out to that, but there's a new McDonald's Happy Meal that's going to be featuring Carmelo Anthony, Angel Reese, and some other previous All-Americans. This is fire. Brittany and I talked about this offline. If I was a previous student athlete like Carmelo, and y'all are using my name, image, and likeness now to promote this Happy Meal, I don't want some shares in McDonald's. I don't want no money. I want shares in McDonald's. But nonetheless, starting March 11th, so this week, for the first time ever, the McDonald's All-American Games are going to be coming to Happy Meals. You're going to see alums such as, like I mentioned, Carmelo Anthony, Angel Reese, Aaron Gordon. They're going to be featured on the Star-Studded Kids Meal, which will celebrate McDonald's historic legacy with basketball and the sport's next generation of greats. Each player is sporting the 2025 McDonald's All-American jersey on the new Happy Meal box. The Happy Meal comes with 6 different basketball hoop toys with mini basketball and trick shot launcher, stickers, custom packaging for apple slices, and all. And then there's also going to be a QR code on the box, which unlocks an integrated digital Pop-A-Shot gaming experience. This is dope. Again, this is a great way to bridge the gap from old to new between all those generations of hoopers. And again, I hope that they, like these previous hoopers, aren't just getting paid money. I hope that they're getting some shares at McDonald's. I hope they're getting some shares. But this is a great concept. This is a great idea by McDonald's. So shouts to McDonald's. All right. We're going to be moving now into NIL news and college sports news. Yeah. It does sound like a collectible. It would be dope if they had some available. Right? It would be fire. Or other stuff of it. Well, it could be a collectible. I didn't think about that, Spendot. But you're right. We're now moving into NIL news / college sports news. This week, we got C4, which if Brittany was on right now, she would talk about how she hates sports energy drinks. And I think it's weird that sports energy drinks and drink companies are partnering with collegiate athletes, but nonetheless, we're here. C4 kicked off its Bracket Breakers campaign Thursday and said it signed 128 athletes to NIL deals. Some of those student athletes are Madison Booker and Lauren Betts. And the company says by assembling the C4 Bracket Breaker squad, we're not just celebrating the athletes, we're supporting their journeys, their victories, and the unforgettable moments that define the competition with the safe product that they use and trust. Again, I'm not hating, but C4 is not C4 is not a safe C4 is not a safe product, but nonetheless, this is a big deal. And for them to have gotten 128 student athletes on their roster for this NIL opportunity is huge. So shouts to C4 in that respect, but I still think it's weird that they're partnering with student athletes with these energy drinks. Oh, hey, Brittany.
Hello. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh my God.
Spend that.
Chantee been holding it. POP, hold it down.
I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying. Spend Doc, you funny. Isn't it? It might as well be an explosive. That energy drink is not. It's not. They shouldn't be advertising that.
Yeah, the C4. You on the C4? I already know that. That's a bad C4. What do y'all have in that?
Right. I don't know, but I think it's weird. But they, like I just told everybody, it's 100 the rosters of 128 people, student athletes. So that's huge. That roster
How
is
much you
huge.
think they getting for this?
That's a good question. I don't know. 128 of them student athletes.
Yeah.
We know for the football game they was only trying to get 500. So I don't know
Right.
I don't know what C4 is trying to give. But shouts to
C4.
C4. Yeah, for getting these student athletes involved. But moving on.
Wow.
Yeah. Woj. So the last time we spoke about Woj, we saw him. We reported that he spoke to Carmelo Anthony on his podcast about how he's, moved on to being the GM at St. Bonaventure. And now that he's at St. Bonaventure, he's like, well, I need to find ways to bring some money in for NIL so we can get some star players. So he decided to take his cell phones that he has used throughout the years to break news and auction them off.
Right.
This is such a great
Well, there
concept
you
and
go.
idea. Great idea. This is how you use your cachet.
Yeah.
And you find unique ways to bring money where you need to bring money to. So he had an 8-day auction and netted a total of nearly $18,000. His most expensive phone sold for $5,000. And you may want to know what phone that was. It happened to be the phone where Woj reported that Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving was going to be sent to the Nets, and Anthony Davis was going to be sent to the Lakers, and Paul George and Kawhi Leonard to the Clippers. So that's the phone that he released that information on. That sold for $5,000. And again, Woj's decision to put pieces of history from his former job up for auction is only his latest move to try and bolster St. Bonaventure's NIL efforts. After all, he made clear that he was going to retire and he wasn't worried about his personal finances. But he's just showing that, number one, he was serious about his move as a GM to St. Bonaventure. He's doing all that he can to support that program. And number two,
Facts.
this just goes to show, very similar to what we just talked about with memorabilia, it's important to keep all that stuff. These are essential parts of history, of NBA history, of sports history. He understands his cachet. He understands how important he was in this space. And I just want to know who helped him come up with this concept, unless it was him on his own, to be like, hey, I could sell these cell phones and make some money from them. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that he probably presented this to the school and was like, let's try this out and see what it do. And clearly people were like, yeah, he sold a phone for $5,000. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Somebody could just flex. I had Woj's phone. Like, I got Woj's phone
I got Woj's phone in my
in my man cave.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then some of the other phones, it says one of the other phones was his. No, it's not even a phone. It was a 2023 NBA draft credential where Victor Wembanyama was being drafted. That joint sold for $925. His other iPhone that reported or was reporting the NBA suspended season because of COVID, that sold for $3,250. His 2024 NBA draft credential, $1,400. His ESPN ID badge, auction closed with no public sale. His iPhone used for his farewell tweet and final NBA draft was $1,750. It sold for 2024 NBA Finals credential, $900. 2021 NBA Finals credential sold for $750. His iPhone used for the 2023 NBA Draft Lottery and Draft sold for $2,700. And the 2023 NBA All-Star credential sold for $1,000.
This is insane. People just want collectibles now. It's like we turning everything into a collectible at this point.
Yeah. Spendoc just was mentioning that with the McDonald's All-American. Because of Carmelo and them. It is a collectible.
That would have been fire if they had a collectible attached to that.
Right. So this was a great idea from Woj. Shouts to Woj.
Yeah.
And it is. And I guess I'm just piggybacking off what we talked about earlier with the McDonald's All-American, Happy Meal, and the old players, and just bridging the gap with the new generation. Jim Boheim, because we know that Cayenne Anthony is going to be going to Syracuse next season in the fall. And he actually shot, Cayenne and Jim shot a commercial. I'm sure everybody has seen it by now because I saw it last night. And Carmelo's in it. Dwayne Wade is in it. It's an AT&T commercial. And yeah, it's just dope that 22 years later, after Carmelo brought Syracuse that championship as a freshman, had the great opportunity of reuniting with Jim and then having his son with him during this commercial. And it's like the unveiling of a mini Mello statue. And this is his first series of ads releasing as part of AT&T's Guaranteed Madness campaign, which is part of a March Madness campaign. I thought that this was really dope. Right. I'm going to see if I could pull it up so that everybody can see it if they haven't.
It seems like a lot of these companies are starting to tap March Madness.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see the whole, right? Like from the hotel commercials, right? Capital One's all over it. They come around every year with the March Madness campaign with Samuel L. Jackson and Spike Lee and Charles Barkley. Jennifer Gardner now is in the commercials.
Yep.
So it's we starting to see all these brands starting to really, in on the fact that this is a very big market for them as well, like to promote your product. Like it's AT&T, that's a legacy play.
Right.
They trying to keep Cayenne. They trying to keep him enamored. Yeah.
Right.
We're trying to do this early with you, so
you get this relationship going. That's right.
Yeah.
Spendoc said, I think the streaming has put a demand on live sports and live entertainment. So athletes are very, very hot right now and companies need them. That is a fact. And we're seeing it, like,
Yes.
to his point, with Netflix and all these streaming platforms are fighting to put some these sports on their platform. So no, you're right. Even with Unrivaled, like HBO, well, Max, everybody's fighting. So I think
TNT.
Spendoc is absolutely correct. Let me show this if I can.
Please be good. Please be good. Please be
At
good.
AT&T,
Please
we
be good.
confidently guarantee our deals.
Without further ado, I give you Mello.
Because getting what you deserve isn't always guaranteed.
It's a mini mellow. Man, come on.
You know what AT&T guarantees? The deals you want, with your choice of our most popular plans, like the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra on us.
Please stop.
It's a masterpiece. A masterpiece.
So that's the commercial.
That was a
You said
shot
what?
at D Wade because D Wade's statue was pretty trash.
It was. No, that was definitely a shot at that. Spendoc said it too. Yeah, show that D-Wade statue. that and then he tried to cover it up. Remember when they revealed it?
Yep. Yeah. He wasn't proud of that thing.
Yeah, no, I see what I saw it before it was released. And
that don't mean that's not good. You guys
no. Yeah. But no, the commercial was
what?
fire. The commercial was dope. I'm looking forward to seeing. Well, honestly, I don't pay attention to commercials like that, but the March Madness commercials be all right.
Yeah.
Every
Call it. They got a commercial with Notre Dame right now. Notre Dame, Neil Ivy's in a commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy.
So yeah. Shouts to them. Shouts to AT&T. And shouts to Jim Boheim. There was also another article. I ain't put it on there, but Jim was going off about NIL. You know how he feel about it. How it's affected coaches. And all the steps and the hoops and loops that the coaches now have to jump through to get quality players and keep the players. Jim is done. He's tired.
He was tired.
Mm-hmm. But that's what we have for NIL/college news. Thank y'all for continuing to tap in with us. We are now an hour and a half in.
My outage stopped, so I can come back regular. I'm coming back.
Oh, good. Okay.
Back live.
We'll be patient. Yeah, I'll be patient. I know DA probably roasting Brittany because of her Wi-Fi situation. But if you just tapping in with us, thank you. We are now about an hour and 30 minutes in. Again, if you just are tapping in, we covered a lot of sports news. We covered the conference award winners. We covered the conference championships today. We've talked about Angel Reese's comments about the CBA. We talked a little bit about Unrivaled. We talked about Serena Williams and now her being part of the Toronto Temple's ownership group. We talked about Unrivaled now being able to sell some merch with the player's name, image, and likeness. And now Kevin Hart will also be participating in this year's WNBA All-Star Weekend by bringing his production company in the mix and providing a festival for people to participate in. We also, not lastly, but we talked about McDonald's, how they are going to be utilizing previous student athletes such as Carmelo Anthony and Angel Reese to bring forth a Happy Meal that's going to have their name, image, and likeness on it, and that's going to be starting this week. So that's a little bit about what we talked about. But now we're going to be heading into tech news. Brittany and I are into tech, if you didn't know.
Blockchain baddies.
Yeah, blockchain baddies is right. So Amazon has announced that they have a slew of AI devices coming. The hardware chief says. So Amazon debuted a more sophisticated version of Alexa. I don't own Alexa. I know many of y'all do. But they're creating something called Alexa Plus. Alexa Plus. But yeah, so the head of Amazon's devices and service businesses wouldn't say whether the company was considering a new version of its Alexa-enabled smart glasses, which, we see Ray-Ban having the smart glasses. There's a few companies that have been creating smart glasses, so people were wondering if Amazon was going to jump in the mix, to compete. And like I said, Amazon, the head of Amazon's devices and service businesses wouldn't say, but he kept suggesting that new products are in the works. Amazon already has a constellation of devices from its Ring security cameras to its Eero Wi-Fi routers and, of course, its Echo Smart speakers. And it's starting to incorporate Alexa Plus into some of those gadgets. Alexa Plus will be able to answer questions about what happened in your home while you were gone on Ring camera footage, for example. The company has also dabbled in smart rings and fitness trackers in addition to its Alexa powered glasses. I don't know how I feel about, again, I don't have Alexa. So,
I don't either. I don't
But
mess with Alexa.
for those that are big in Alexa, we would love to hear your thoughts about this. Alexa Plus, now, they may be able to tell you what happened in your house, like I said, when you're not there.
No.
So, like that idea of privacy, your Fourth Amendment, right?
No. Dundilski.
What is privacy in America in 2025? That's the question I have. What's privacy?
We lost our privacy with the Patriot Act when the towers went down. Like, that's long. That's gone. Your privacy been gone since then. Crazy.
Yeah, no privacy. I can't even say shouts to Amazon. I want to see how people react to that.
Right.
Yeah. What this is going to do for the stock. Amazon stock. But it's a race. Amazon's trying to compete.
Yeah, it's an AI race. We've been freaking reporting on this race since we started.
Since about 2021. So
right, since we were in Web3, like we started seeing the nastiness there. And how they don't train the models, the AI models with bias or something like that, right? Like there's a lot of bias in the training of the AI models. I mean, of course, it's because again, they have the money and they have the money to train these things. So of course, y'all gonna train it Yahweh and everything. What Dr. Crest used to say? White, 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 white. That's all we get all day through every type of radio wave. White, white, white. So let's turn it up to the black, 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 black. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right though. Shouts to Dr. Crest. But yeah, it's about to get spooky. I don't know. Spookier, because it's already spooky.
Mm-hmm.
So keep your eye on Amazon. Moving on though, like yo, Skype is shutting down after 2 decades.
I cannot believe this.
Skype. The precursor of us doing this right now.
Facts.
This right now. Shouts to Skype being the OG.
Skype is
Holding it down
for real.
For our young childhood.
Yes. That's a fact.
Before there was a FaceTime, there was a Skype. Who remembers Uvo? Oh my God.
Wow.
I'm showing my
Wow.
Uvo. Or Uvu.
Mm-hmm.
Who remembers Uvu?
I knew what you were saying.
But yeah, Skype is no more. Microsoft is shutting down Skype. It kept everybody connected in the early 2000s. And it's not going to be available starting in May. But if you have any information, login information, you can still access that on Microsoft Teams in the free tier. Skype's shutdown comes 14 years after Microsoft bought the service for $8.5 billion in cash, making the company's largest ever acquisition at the time. Microsoft integrated the service into its other products such as Office and its ill-fated mobile operating service Windows Phone. Skype actually launched in 2003 in Estonia and quickly caught on as a way to make free calls worldwide. And everybody knows this, but a notable perk obviously was considering the international calling on traditional phones that used to be really expensive and still are expensive. The service quickly became popular, leading eBay to buy it in 2005 for $2.6 billion. However, the partnership didn't work out, and eBay sold its 65% stake in Skype to an investor group for $1.9 billion in 2009 before Microsoft bought it in 2011. So this is a sad day.
Yeah.
It really is the grandfather of. Listen, it ran so that Facebook. No, it walked so that Facebook can run, and WhatsApp and Teams and all of that. Before all of that was Skype. So
that's a fact.
Shouts to Skype for holding it down for so many years and the innovation.
POP, hold it down.
I'm not gonna lie. When you left, I was like, "What happened?" Yo, first of all, you was frozen. I should have took a picture.
Was I crazy? Did I look crazy?
You didn't look crazy, but I was like, "Oh, Brittany's frozen."
Just like Elsa.
All right. So now we coming with bars. All right. Guys, thank you so much. We got one more. We got one more topic to talk about, and it's in culture news. This is where make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. Twitter, we are 21 Titles, Instagram 21 Titles, LinkedIn 21 Titles, YouTube 21 Titles. All 114 of y'all.
Yeah, everybody, 21 titles. And if you on YouTube, hit that button right there. Come on, subscribe. Cause y'all know we bringing consistency. Okay.
Yo, Spendoc is hilarious. Yeah.
Facts.
Eternal Cloud. That's clever. That is so clever.
That is. Spendoc. I hope.
We're gonna be showing some stuff from Spendoc too.
Yes. Yes,
soon.
We are.
We're gonna have an unboxing. So excited.
Yes,
Um,
we will be.
yeah. But lastly, we have culture news. This is where we talk about music, film,
This is
fashion, business. But unfortunately, we got some really, really tough news to share. Angie Stone passed away on her way to CIAA. She died at 63 due to a fatal car crash. Really, I tweeted that she was a old, like she was one of them ones in Neo Soul, but I don't want to just box her in with that. She has done so much in hip hop. Hip hop.
right.
She was in a group first, then she went solo. But as far as hip hop, her pen, writing, not just singing, but writing, she was one of them ones. Angie Stone was one of them ones. Um, she's gonna be missed, but thank you for all your contributions to music, to culture, and the people that you've touched. But that was really sad and shocking news to receive.
Absolutely. Like that was like a blind side for me.
Yeah,
Blind side. Okay.
really sad.
Very sad because it was like it's a car crash. Like you don't expect to get in your car and then you know go out like that. So
Right.
just
Prayers to her family.
condolences.
Yeah, it was sad. And then we got wind of Roy Ayers, who is, if you know me, I love jazz goat,
Mm-hmm.
jazz goat. Um, the
Just
entryway of many different artists coming into the game have used so many different songs of his to
fact.
rap over, to sing over, to do everything over. So a goat, truly a goat. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I was just listening to Everybody Loves the Sunshine.
mhm.
And then so you know that thing I sent you on Twitter, how the guy broke down the stuff. Like
Yeah,
there's a lot of people who used his songs, yo. I didn't realize how like people were sampling his stuff, like even from the Larry June joint. Good
Water.
morning. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah, like it's he
it's
gonna
unfortunate.
he gonna live on forever though.
Yeah, he is for sure. He
Because
is.
he made timeless music. So
Mhm.
um,
So thoughts and prayers to him and his family and his friends, but definitely a music goat for sure. Then Dwayne Wiggins of Tony Tone. He founded the group. He
oh,
founded the
I
group.
didn't know that.
Yeah, he founded the group. He's worked with countless artists. I saw a clip this week. He actually worked with um Beyonce and Kelly and all of them when they were young, very young. Helped them with just producing. So another music goat. I think
Wow.
he passed away due to cancer. So
That cancer taking us out left and right.
yeah, yeah,
Woo, baby.
yeah. It's been a tough week, 2 weeks of just that type of news. Yeah, in the music industry, we're losing all of our goats.
Yeah. Sad.
It is. But their legacy continues to live on really because of the work that they've produced and provided to us all throughout the years. Like their legacy will continue to live on. You'll continue to hear their voice in the music that they make, which does bring a smile to, at least to my face. But
Facts.
But yeah, it is sad. So thoughts and prayers to them and their family. And but that's all we have for culture news. Wish we had some better news, but
Right. Yeah.
that's all we had. Um, yo, Gene Hackman, yeah.
Look, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Don't believe what you hear.
No, I don't think anybody does because it doesn't add up. Yo,
They lie to your face.
yo, rest in peace to Gene Hackman and his wife
And his dog.
and the dog who was found in the. Wasn't the dog found in the closet with the door closed? We're gonna wear our tinfoil hats. That's a whole other podcast. Our conspiracy theories and
Yo. They over here telling us they died by natural causes.
yo,
What?
they didn't die by natural. No, but then I saw something like his wife passed because she was sick, but then he couldn't. They're trying to come up with this theory as though he couldn't take her dying, and so he passed away from like a broken heart.
Look.
What?
No.
And what happened with the dog?
No.
Unless
you telling me that all of them died of natural causes, even the dog? The
No.
dog had a heart attack. That's not what? No, somebody put a hit out.
I'm not laughing because they passed away. I'm laughing because how you said it. But
He knew something.
something, yes.
Something went down. Yes, conspiracy up. Like my husband says. We gonna find out years later what happened, dog. Like the truth.
I don't even think it's going to take years.
That's what always happens.
Anybody with some sense that heard what happened, you should automatically start thinking.
Right. Come on. The dog died
in the closet. And see, if we really want to get conspiracy right, let's really talk about it. Because obviously, let's say his you know what, this ain't even the right platform to do it. Never mind. Because I was about to it's not even. Let me see what DA said. You think someone scared him? Like, don't touch him. Just pull up. I don't know. It's something fishy though, and the fact that the dog was in the closet. Again, the dog may have been in the closet for other reasons, right? Because God forbid one of them did pass first. Dogs will feed on bodies.
Yeah.
So listen, I don't think this is the
it's
the platform.
It's a very weird situation.
It's a weird situation. Thoughts and prayers to their family though, because that is really sad. And I hope that they get to the bottom of that. Because that's a crazy weird story. But yeah, that's what we have for y'all today. Thank y'all for tapping in.
Yeah. We appreciate y'all. As always, make sure y'all following us on all social media platforms. We appreciate y'all. Okay? We trying to turn that 120 into 1.2K.
Oh,
okay?
Heard.
At some point, 10x that. Can we 10x it? Okay? Because y'all know what we do. We here. We love it. We love bringing the information to y'all. So it's a small ask to just have y'all follow us and subscribe. We even have a newsletter as well. Okay. And also too, y'all might want to subscribe to the Beyond the 9450 podcast. Okay. So just letting y'all know that we also have our latest episode out right here. If you can see this, we had the fortunate opportunity to interview the lovely Chantee Smith-Jones. Okay. She is a lovely sports agent She actually represents someone we talked about earlier in the show. Diamond Johnson. Okay. So please check it out. If you can, please follow our family, the 9450, also on all social media platforms. Because that's who we rock with. Okay? Yeah, y'all, that's our show. Next week, Selection Sunday.
It's gonna
It's
be
gonna
it.
be really crazy. It's gonna be really crazy. Who's
Who you
gonna
got?
get set?
I'm about to say, who do you have? Who do you have winning the whole thing? Let's I think that's how we should end this. Who do y'all have? Thank you, Jody, for tapping in as always.
Yes, thank you, Jody.
Who do y'all have winning the whole thing?
Chantee,
Who has the greatest chance?
that's a loaded question.
It is. Who has the greatest chance right now? It's hard. You don't gotta answer. It's okay.
Can I think about that? Can I think about that and then bring something back?
DA said, are we bringing back brackets and buckets? Yeah, maybe.
We need to bring somebody. Yeah, we need to bring a couple of. Yes, we do.
You know who we should bring on him? Well, we spoke to Maya, but Maya about the season.
I would like that.
About
we gotta
the season.
we gotta ask our producer.
Jody said LSU ride or die. Okay.
Jody is
I like that. I like that. I like that. I like
Okay.
that. Okay.
We got LSU.
We got
DA rocking with South Carolina. Okay.
Yeah.
I got Dawn in South Carolina. Okay. I like how definitive y'all are. I love it.
I think that they don't have a bad chance right now, South Carolina. I think they've they've tightened up at the right time.
Okay.
But I don't.
Yeah, I can't give you an answer yet.
I
gotta do a deep analysis.
Yeah, for real on stats. But everybody, it's up. It's up for everybody. I love it. I love it this way. Have
it your way.
All right. And then who's the dark horse? Who y'all got being the dark horse this year? Dark horses.
I'm gonna say Duke.
After today, see, because
the dark horse
on here, I had to just go through all that stuff.
I can say that with certainty. They
Duke,
are. They're dark horse.
Duke, Tennessee.
Let me see. Harvard. Yep. Harmony Turner.
I'm not mad at that.
Yep. I'm not mad at that. Because Harmony Turner, for sure. But are they even going to make the dance? Are they going to make the dance? Because I just seen who won the Ivy League. Columbia.
They won again?
I think Columbia won again. I believe Columbia won the Ivy League again. Shout out to Danielle Brown.
Shout out to D Brown and Columbia.
I gotta start calling her Judge Danielle Brown soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the only politician I rock with. I'm telling y'all this right now. That is the only politician I rock with because every other politician is a slumlord. Okay, I'm letting y'all know. Danielle Brown, Office of Mount
when you starting our test effect, we need to come on.
Right.
We need to come on. Talk about everything else. But no, okay, so Harvard, you said who you said was your dark horse?
I said Duke.
Duke always make it though. Duke make it. I said this today. I was like, they make it into the tournament, deep in the tournament, and I'd be wondering
how
y'all got here. But today they showed something different. I ain't never seen them do something like that. So
the 22 points off the bench by old girl.
Yeah,
And her little speech that she gave.
It was, yeah, I didn't mention that, but that was dope.
Yeah.
It was dope.
I like that.
Me too.
She gave me that. They got that heart,
and they showed it in the
Yeah.
second half.
Kara Lawson be cursing them out. I know she do.
You think so?
Yes.
Kara,
Kara,
the proper cursing, proper curse outs.
no, Kara looked like she be going to town on them. I'm gonna tell you that right now, cause that lady's the product of Pat Summit.
Yeah, R.I.P. Pat.
R.I.P. Pat. Okay.
I like this. Agent of Chaos. Yep, I'm looking for the Agents of Chaos.
Yep. Yeah, Dark Horse, Norfolk State too. Let's put them on there. Norfolk State is definitely a dark horse. The MEAC champions. They the outright, excuse me, the MEAC outright champions.
Mm-hmm.
They still got to do their conference tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So let me clarify for y'all. For y'all be case slaying people in the comments. Shut up.
Yeah, I gotta think some more about who else are dark horses, but I think it's up for.
It's almost time to fill out your brackets, so y'all better be thinking a whole lot this week. Think a whole lot, because the brackets. We should do a bracket challenge.
We should do a bracket challenge. We'll do our brackets. Maybe we'll share ours.
Yeah.
Yeah. And y'all should share y'all's too. And tag us.
Facts.
But that's all we have for tonight.
Yeah, thank y'all.
Thank y'all for rocking with us. We almost had 2 hours. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate it. So make sure that you follow us on all social media platforms. Make sure that you follow the 9450 on all social media platforms. We should be back next Sunday for Selection Sunday. So
it should be.
Tap in with us. 7 p.m.
That's it. We ain't got
We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Have a good night. Have a better week. And until next time, we'll see y'all.
Peace to the gods, the goddesses, and the earth.